everyone, welcome back to my book nook. Amanda here. So today we are going to be viewing Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. And before I do anything else, can we just appreciate how gorgeous this book is, because this is probably one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen. Have you ever heard of the Paris poison ring or aqua tofana? If so, you kind of have a little bit of an idea as to the historical fiction aspect in regards with this book, in which we have an apothecary, and the woman who runs it also provides poisons to women who have men in their life that have wronged them and have harmed them and need to go away permanently. The book takes that historical fiction aspect of the book, taking place towards the end of what we think with the apothecary. Young 12-year-old girl Eliza coming to the apothecary Nella's house to ask for a poison to be used on her mistress's husband. He is not a good guy. He has sexually assaulted many of the other servants in the place and had started also looking at Eliza at 12. And so they want him gone. And Nella provides the poison. They're successful, but Eliza wants to now keep helping and learning more. Things become slightly problematic when a woman comes first to request a poison. Nella does not want, ultimately makes it, but then has second thoughts about providing it to her because this woman wants to break one of Nella's tenants, and instead of using it for hurting the man, she wants to hurt her husband's mistress and have her die. When Nella first tries to say, I'm not going to do this, the woman's like, hey, you know what, if you don't give me the poison, I'm going to go to the police, and not only will they get you, they'll get all of the other people you provided to. So Nella relents and gives her the poison, and it ultimately does end up getting into the husband's system instead. And things hit the fan. There's a lot of drama regarding this, and that's regarding police investigation, everything. That's what I'm going to end with the historical fiction aspect of it, which I loved that aspect, this part of the story. And had the story just been that, dealing with the historical fiction aspect of a poison ring, it would have been amazing. But it all happens because this woman Caroline finds an apothecary bottle and goes searching for it. And Caroline is in England because she found out her husband was cheating on her. She thinks she might be pregnant. She wanted to run away. She wanted to leave for England because they were supposed to go on vacation, but she has to figure out what to do in regards with her husband because he cheated on her. But her life has just fallen apart because everything that she's wanted to do in her life, she never got to do because she got married. And when her husband randomly shows up because he wants to try to fix things, Caroline wanted nothing to do with him. She was trying to find herself and figure out what it is that she wants to do with life. After she had found that apothecary bottle, she had been going on her own little mission, found Nella's old building, which apparently no one had ever found before, even though it's on one of London's busiest streets and everything, and probably should have been found before then, but I digress. And her husband, in a last attempt to try to get her to stay with him, he has a headache or something going on, so she provides him some eucalyptus oil so he can rub it on and feel better. And he takes a couple of swigs of it and almost dies. I know, I kind of did all that very dramatically. Ultimately, she makes a decision on what she's doing and everything, but honestly, I didn't care about Caroline. They could have cut Caroline out. Her storyline was stupid, it was useless, and it did nothing but drag the book down. I don't care about her. I cared about Nella, I cared about Eliza, I cared about that aspect. They could have easily made an entire story with that. They did not need Caroline. Caroline was a waste of space. Going back though to some really stuff that I did like with this book towards the end, because like I said, I really liked a lot of the other aspects in regards with this. So, we have a list in which we talk about various types of poison and the effects it has on the bodies. These are ones that Nella had used. Things like hemlock, arsenic, hellebore, blister beetle, wolfsbane, poison nut, graveyard yew. And these are actual real things. These are actual poisons that do exist and everything. There's a historical note talking about use of poison. And then there's recipes. There's that you can use for either a balm for blisters or bug bites and boils, which it's all natural type ingredients. So it's things like castor oil, almond oil, tea tree oil, and lavender that you can put on your itchy skin. If you have a sore throat, a nice hot drink to make of honey, scotch and bourbon, water and thyme. And cookies of rosemary, butter, sugar, and flour. And I thought that was really a nice, because these are also things that are connected to the historical aspect of the book that I just thought both the talking about the different poisons and talking about these little recipes was a really fun way to bring back that joy of what the historical side of the novel did. If it had just been the historical aspect of the novel, I would have given this an 8.5 out of 10. Throwing in Caroline's thing, I'm dropping it down to a 7.5. Her storyline really hurt the book. It was not needed. I did not like it, and I really am tired of seeing wonderfully written historical fiction novels, get screwed up by putting in that modern storyline that A, isn't needed, B, has no real decent connection to everything other than to explain, well, this is why I wanted to write about the historical, this is how I'm going to justify writing about the historical fiction rather than just writing historical fiction. And C isn't written as, and 3 isn't written as good. Just stick with the historical fiction, people. It's decent. It stands on its own. You don't need a modern storyline to push it. And the modern storyline hurts the book. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and so you don't miss when I put up other videos, make sure you ring that notification bell. I'll see you next time. Bye.